Hello.
It's already starting.
Welcome.
Welcome on
Bigfala Lesen blong Bislama. Welkam, Maek, John. Today, we have the flag up.
Flag blong Vanuatu. Very pretty.
Yeah.
It went through some rough times though.
Might have heard of it. Cyclone Pam. It's kind of a big deal.
Support Vanuatu. But today's lesson, family.
Family.
Let's teach about family.
Let's do it.
Wait, before you get started, you need
We have to
your
do our
phone.
sponsorship. That's right. Today's lesson is brought to you by Fiji
I feel like
Shoes.
Vana, or what's her name?
Vanaway. Vanuatu boy.
Vana. Yes.
Fiji Shoes.
Fiji shoes.
Because when you want to be classy in Vanuatu, you need
Fiji shoes. They're really popular with all the people that go to Fiji and come back with them.
like me.
I feel like they show them off too much.
By the way, you might remember our old producer, old Kelsi. Well, she's not here today, so we have our new producer, new Kelsi. Say hi.
Hi,
New Kelsi, how do you feel about Fiji Shoes?
they're beautiful.
You don't sound like you mean it.
They're
Tell us the
gorgeous.
truth. How do you feel about it?
They're the ugliest shoes I've ever seen.
Again, not good for our sponsorship prospects in the future. But thank you for that honesty.
Okay, are we ready to start the
I
lesson?
think we're ready to start the lesson.
Okay.
But first,
Oh.
you're welcome, Shell.
New Kelsi is more on the ball than old Kelsi was.
I don't know, I can't quite recall. Thank you. Before we start here at Bigfala Lesen blong Bislama, every lesson must start with a shell of kava. Kava is this root. It's a large plant they can harvest.
It's a member of the pepper family.
Yes. What they'll do is they'll cut this down into small pieces, grind it up, then sieve it through water to turn it into a sort of drink, and it is drunk often at night times with friends and family for custom and just to have a time to story.
Be on the lookout, lesson 22, how to make kava.
It is actually incredibly important to the culture of this country and the people. So, with every lesson we begin with a
Bula,
shell of our
shell.
kava.
So bula, which
That's
is Fiji.
Fiji. I'm not even...
It's Pacific Island.
Specific island.
Specific island.
Law. Especially law. Thank you. Kelsi 2.
Kelsi 2.0.
Oh, I still like old Kelsi 2 though.
I like old Kelsi 1.
2.0 makes it sound like Kelsi 1.0.
Yeah, but then it's gonna be like Terminator, Kelsi 1.0 comes back.
Okay.
So anyway, we wanted to talk about family. And remember that Bislama is mostly based on English.
Yes.
So if you're already a speaker of English, then you're like 9 steps ahead of the game.
Don't worry, French speakers out there, I got you covered as well.
Mike's really good at that, in case you forgot.
So, in Vanuatu, family is super important. We'll probably talk about as we write out some words, right?
Yep,
So
definitely.
where should we start?
Let's start with me.
Really?
Well, because then we're gonna make a family tree.
Oh, I get it.
So me. Remember, we did pronouns before in lesson
I don't know.
6? 4?
Look at our channel and
Not
just find pronouns.
6.
Six,
Just
okay.
uploaded it. So, me means I, for those of you who might have
Or
forgotten.
me.
Or me. Or for our French speakers, moi
Yeah.
and je.
What the heck is this?
French.
Oh yeah, I know that. Okay, yes, je. So me.
And from there, me must come from 2 biological organisms.
That would be, ooh shoot, should we start with mama or
Mommy. 2 words.
yeah, it's 2 options. Depends where you're from mostly.
In and around Afate, mama. In and
Here.
around Malakula, mommy. Elsewhere, we're not experts on that.
No. Okay. On the other side of this
I see
biological-
2.0 farts a lot. We have Papa.
Again, more popular in Afate, but around our parts we hear more of it'd be Dati or Tatty.
Just daddy.
Daddy.
Who's your daddy?
Roger. Roger's my daddy. Love you, daddy. Okay, so to recap, mama, papa, or mommy, daddy.
Straight.
Okay? So now, if me happens to have a female and a male sibling, the female one,
It's your side, right?
sure,
That's my side.
Okay. the female one,
Sister.
sister. Doesn't matter where you are, it's always a sister.
Sister.
And the male one,
We have to return Kelsi 2.0 for the first one. This one's already having malfunctions on the screen.
brata,
Brata.
brata.
I always think it's an ATA, yeah.
Brata, which can sometimes be abbreviated down to brat.
Oh, I don't hear that much, but that's...
Every time I'm going to the Mall, which is the place to drink kava, I hear Daddy sing out to all of his buddies, all of his brothers, "Hey brat, hey brat!"
Okay.
Which, when my father came, he then called everybody brat.
Okay. Too bad he didn't see this lesson before he came.
I
Could
know.
have known better. And he would have fit in a lot better. Okay, so...
By the way, Sir, Frere.
Let me get to my section.
There we
Then
go.
I can do it. I can't do it. I need to warm up.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's say Daddy has...
Fair.
Daddy has a brother to me. This brother of my daddy is actually also
My daddy.
my daddy.
Or my papa.
Or my papa.
Mhm.
So, in the English sense, or what we come from, our aunts and uncles are still mommies and daddies. So yeah, brata blong daddy is also your daddy.
Your daddy. Okay? And the same goes for mommy.
Am I right, mommy?
Okay? So your sister, long, mommy, is also your mommy.
Okay, so it continues even further.
But,
oh,
wait, before we get through that. If the brother is an older brother of your daddy, it's your big daddy. If it's a younger brother of your daddy, it's your small daddy. If it's an older sister of your mommy, it's your, say it out loud with us, big mommy. If it's a younger sister of your mommy, it's a small mommy. Good.
Good.
But that doesn't mean that they don't still have the English equivalent of aunt and uncle.
Yes.
Because your dad's sister, okay, is your auntie, which is your sister blong daddy.
Chalkboard's not as big.
No, it's not. And your brother blong, brata blong mommy
There's not enough space.
is your uncle.
Uncle.
Oh.
Like her in here.
Kelsi 2.0 is a little new to the country, so some things might just be coming clear to her as well.
Honestly, this
So
sometimes
uncle,
confuses
once
me.
again, is your brother blong mommy. Okay?
To you. Have to bring this down to me.
Yeah. So then, yeah, we're good. Okay, so now, let's assume that either your uncle or your auntie or your big daddy or your small daddy or your big mommy or your small mommy has children. Normally you would call that, so like,
Right here.
yeah,
Or them. Yeah.
yeah, that's fine.
They're not married. They could be. Okay, so you have a...
So you would have, so these are your straight sister and straight brother, but normally that's not really differentiated. That's only really stressed when somebody truly wants to know, do you have the same mother and father as your sister and your brother? Otherwise, it is your cousin brother or cousin sister.
I didn't write the cousin.
No C's in Bislama.
Cuz.
Mike needs to go back and review lesson
I
one.
really do, because I haven't written cousin ever since I've been here. Cousin, yes.
Cousin,
Let's say brother.
brother, and slash sister. Okay, so your cousin brother and your cousin sister versus your straight sister and straight brother.
So yes, what you would call a cousin back, suppose you're from the US or maybe multiple other places, they would be your cousin. But here you're still your brother or your sister.
Right.
So your family in Vanuatu is very, very large.
And basically everybody is your immediate family.
Yeah.
So, which brings us to 2 generations back, your grandparents.
Oh gosh.
Doesn't matter if it's on your mother's side or your father's side. Just doesn't matter. Because they keep the same name, doesn't matter. You have your Abu woman and your Abu man. Or just Abu for short.
Pretty easy.
Meaning grandparents. Or great-grandparents. Or great-great-grandparents.
Well,
there's also boom boom.
that's the difference. I was going to say, if you're going to talk about multiple generations before,
I made a
you would
mistake.
just say, there's nowhere to write above here except for here. You would just say, boo boo.
Sometimes it's boom boo.
Oh, I never hear the
On the other side of the island, they have a funny accent, so they say boom boo with an extra mm.
So when you want to talk about the people before, long before, great-grandparents, people that no one currently living would actually have ever spoken to personally, that's all the boo-boo before.
Blow before.
Blow before, yeah.
Blow is short for blong. I think we covered that. That's
I don't
important.
think so, yeah. Okay, so that covers the past of your family line. Shall we progress
So
to the
now,
future?
yes. So, let's say that me is a male and gets married. Then he has woman blongham or wife blongham.
Only in Vanuatu like that, yeah.
Yeah. So, me, the male, has woman or wife long me. That's also true even if you haven't had a church wedding, but you're just blocked or got engaged.
I would always lean towards caution, and if I'm not sure if they're actually officially married, I just say woman.
Yeah. Although, they refer to Bree as wife below me, even though we're only engaged.
Yeah, I don't know.
I've had to explain that it's a white man, black man thing. I don't like that, but I basically always err on the side of wife now, personally.
Okay.
Because they always insist that Bree's a wife. Therefore, anybody's a wife.
I've been corrected once, but I just make sure I have caution now.
To each their own. So,
You live with them they've lived together for 8 years and you think they're married, but not yet.
and then let's assume that me is a female. That means that it is... I've only ever heard that as man blong me.
Yeah, I've
Never heard
husband.
husband. No, just man blong me.
Man blow me.
And the 2 of them get together and have...
Well, okay, so they get together and they born some...
Piccanini.
Oh, I wrote a B, what the heck?
Not buh.
That's right.
Ni, which I learned a couple months ago might be a slur in the U.S.
But it is the official Bislama word for
Children
or child.
So, your Piccanini can either be a boy or a gal, G-E-L, boy being B-O-I.
With Piccanini coming first.
Yeah, Piccanini boy, Piccanini gal.
Boy can also be B-O-E.
I guess so.
Also covered in lesson 1. But they usually go with B-O-I. It's almost idiomatic.
I like it that way.
So, Piccanini boy, Piccanini gal. You do not say boy Piccanini, gal Piccanini. Takes a little bit of French grammar on that.
Okay, now let's say you have a brother,
Mm-hmm.
I believe even a cousin brother,
Yep,
that
doesn't
has
matter.
children.
Yep.
Their children are still your children. And so,
Because you're just a big daddy or a small daddy. But,
what?
if you're an uncle or an auntie, that's where it gets weird.
Because then they're also an uncle.
Like, Kelsi 2.0 was called uncle last night.
I was also found out to have an uncle last night.
So, it turns out that Mike and I are brothers, and Kelsi 2.0 is our sister. Full stop. So, last night, a chief?
You're talking about, yeah,
Yeah.
it's a chief.
So a chief was with us to drink kava, and we found out that it's technically Mike's uncle, which means that he's also my uncle, and he's also Kelsi 2.0's, or K2, as you will henceforth be called, K2's uncle. So,
It's a mountain.
When he was talking to any one of us, because uncles aren't supposed to use names, I also learned this, and you're also not supposed to make too much funny with your uncle. It's supposed to be pretty serious.
Yeah, I didn't know he was my uncle for a long time. If I did, I'd forgotten. So
I only
been
made funny
making
with my uncle.
funny before.
So yeah, it's okay, because we're different.
Okay.
So,
True.
last night, whenever he wanted to talk to us, it was uncle, and then usually like looking at us. Uncle. So then last night he wanted to talk to K2, and he called her uncle, meaning his niece. And he even went as far as to explain that to us, that uncle can be your niece and your nephew. And auntie can also be your niece or your nephew.
It's just there's not.
You call them uncle, they call you uncle. You call them auntie, they call you auntie.
And then it's same thing works for Abu.
Also.
Your Abu will say down to you, you are my Abu.
Right.
It's just the relation, it's not necessarily the name of the relationship, it goes both ways.
So now the last, and to me, one of the most confusing family words that we still haven't covered is
Oh yeah. I think I can explain this one pretty easy.
Tawi. Mike, take it away.
Tawi is anyone that's not in your family that has been married into your family. Or just anyone completely unrelated, but just given how large families are connected, there isn't really anyone unrelated to you in some sort of way. Which is why I realized after so many people have asked me, oh, does America have a lot of girls? I'm like, there can't be any more girls in the US than here. And then I realized we were talking with a friend who was living on a small island, and that the most eligible bachelor there had only 3 women he could possibly marry just given family connections.
Oh, Jesus.
And also,
So
once somebody has to call you Tawi, they're no longer allowed to say your name.
shoot.
Yeah.
Is that only
Because
your
my
side?
no, this is all over. So Daddy told me that one of my cousin sisters had a man now, and they hadn't gotten church married or anything like that. But boyfriend, the family found out about it. That means that they are as good as married. Therefore, he was now my Tawi. So I asked, well, what's his name? And they said, well, we can't say his name. I said, well, why not? I said, how am I ever going to know? And they're like, he has the same name as this chief. And I'm like, I don't know who that chief is, but because he's a chief, they also can't say his name. He's just chief. Which led to these problems of...
We're okay. Keep going.
Which led to the problem of, I had no idea who her new boyfriend slash man slash to-be was. Turned out his name was Sam. Took a while to figure it out, because finally when they looked around and they realized it was only us, there were only 4 people there, and that the 4 of us would never speak of it again until right now, they finally leaned over and said, Sam.
Is that the guy saying last time here?
No.
Okay, different one, yeah. Make sure.
So, Tawi.
So this would be any of your family that marries someone, they are your Tawi, and anyone not related to you is Tawi.
Right.
Basically, Tawi could also be simplified to anyone that is an eligible partner to you.
They also do a lot of adopting, and once you are adopted, you are officially a part of the family, and therefore have no, it's as good as being blood, it's incest, if you go with any of these people, even though you're not blood related.
There's also a way to reverse that process, which I learned that you can pay a fine to marry a cousin, brother, or sister, and then that cousin, brother, or sister is now a Tawi to you, and the whole family assumes now or acts towards them as if they came from the outside. So there's a lot of
now
things.
you know.
This really only scratches the surface of the custom of family. We even managed to talk about different types of relations between and who can talk other people's names, but we can't discuss it all because even some of it confuses me.
And some of it, there's probably a chance it's taboo to discuss openly.
And that's why it's kind of hard to learn some things too. People believe it's not appropriate to talk about it in the first place, and you have to grow up in the culture just to pick up on these things.
Right.
For example, your straight abu, you never make funny with them. You don't say anything mean to them. You don't say anything that's just joking or hilarious. But all of your other abus, so that would be your big brother, your big papas and small papas, abus, you're supposed to make funny with them. Those are the people who are gonna swear and make funny all the time with you.
If you're a guy.
Yeah, I don't
Ladies,
know about girls.
we can't speak for that.
K2.
K2?
Uh,
No got yet?
no got yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. I think that brings us to dictionary time.
Oh, who should we call on? We say the name 3 times. Terry Curly, Terry Curly,
Terry Curly!
Look what came.
Wow, that's incredible.
Okay, I'm gonna start from the other side this time.
K2, call it.
Stop.
Okay, 1 through 4.
3.
About 14.
14.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Is that really good?
Yeah, because it's the first one that actually doesn't sound like what it is.
Oh god, okay.
Just say it, dude.
Okay, the word is nadule. Nadule.
Nadule dule.
We should erase the word.
No. They have the internet, dude. You talked about this all the time last
Yeah, nadule.
time. Na, dule, dule.
It is red silk wood, and in square brackets it says it is wood commonly used for axe handles, and it has an edible fruit. I really don't know what tree it is or if I've ever seen it in my life. But that
chance we
is
see
the
it every
dictionary
day.
segment for this episode.
Which brings us to our Dear John.
I wonder who
So-
wrote to us today.
I know it's been a while since we've made some new videos, especially since I just uploaded the last of our old videos this morning.
Yes, I'm gonna get some juice.
Oh, good. So, I just want to thank all of you for bearing with us through the hard times of the internet outage of 2014.
Oh yeah, that was rough.
Yeah. And for just keeping these letters coming. It was so hard to choose the letter of the day. There were so many good ones. Also so many weird ones.
But talking about our fans, can I
Yeah.
make a shout out
Please.
to our friends at Computer World?
Yeah, definitely.
To our friends at Computer World, I'm glad you enjoyed our videos. I hope you continue to learn from us and keep doing business.
Write us a Dear John letter. This one's not from them.
Okay, yeah, I know, but I just had to say.
No, yeah, it's appreciated.
Mm-mm.
This one actually comes from Cynthia. So, Cynthia
I think
writes...
I know her.
Really?
Yeah,
That's weird. I don't know any of our Dear John writers.
it might be a similar name.
That's true.
I met her. She's super pretty.
Oh, okay. Let's see what she writes. Dear John, I had some questions about families. You see, I was thinking about coming to Vanuatu with the hopes of finding a man. That being said,
Easy.
no, okay too. That being said, I was worried that if a family adopts me, what my choices might be in the world. Especially if I end up on a really, really, really small Malakula offshore island that only has
128 people.
128 people, of which my family would make up over 70, leaving only 2 or 3 guys eligible. Any thoughts? Keep up the good work. Sea Dog.
Thanks.
In
Cynthia.
parentheses, Cynthia. She gave herself a nickname.
Yeah, Cynthia's a funny nickname.
So, Cynthia, it's a great question. And lucky for you, the boat transportation in this country is fantastic. Unlucky for you, you might still end up with a family member. So make sure that you always say who your mommy and your daddy are whenever you meet somebody to find out if they are somehow related to you.
Mm-hmm.
Anything to add on that?
No, I just have an antidote, which would just take us off topic, so I'm probably gonna let that go.
So, our French viewers.
Other than what I've already said,
Okay.
that's why I don't have anything to add, like pain, cousins, or whatever. But for our French viewers, oh goodness, there must be a segment in here about family. I wasn't prepared to look for it in advance. Someone take the wheel while I find family.
Now to our sponsors.
Fish shoes.
Gosh, I'm so sorry, all my.
If you need to walk long places and trying to look as unattractive as possible,
But comfortable and in style.
wear Fiji shoes.
For
Only
feet
the
so
right
healthy,
one, though.
They shine. Is there fan right there? Isn't there?
There
Table of
must
contents?
be. No, this thing's too small for table of
No,
contents.
it isn't. There's definitely a table of contents.
Don't make me lose my spot. I was ready for a different segment, but we did family today all of a sudden. It's not back there. I did every page back
Is
there.
there an index?
No.
Look how Facebook doesn't have.
This thing's tiny. You should be able to flip through it in
Just do
seconds.
training.
I won't move trains. There's no trains in this country. Okay, go long one,
Give me
please.
this. Wait, I'm sure that we can find it.
Guys, okay, so, family.
found
If
it,
you,
I
okay, we're
This one's done.
you found an index, you didn't find family.
Family's not here.
Shit, so I'll do this.
Ah, no, we're PG. Alright, yeah, we don't have family in here. Just do anything.
I said sheep.
Oh,
What are you
sheep,
talking about?
that's right. That's animals. We'll get to that.
Okay, Pem wants something. So, oh shit, is that too advanced? We didn't talk about.
Oh, sheep.
I'll just do make them laugh at.
Oh, Lafayette, that's good. Because it's Bislama and French.
Yeah. Okay. So here's the word for you, me, go drink.
Juice.
Alons, bore, co. Alright. Good night, everyone. See you next time.
Thanks for watching.